everybody. I'm here today with Jasmine Sandler. Jasmine is a digital marketing specialist. Her company is JS Media, which has been in existence for, I believe, over 15 years.
Yes.
She has given over 500 social media keynote speeches, specifically on social media strategy. And one of my favorite things about her on her list, as you can see in her background, is that she is the creator and host of a podcast called Warrior Women in Business. And I'm definitely going to be asking her a little bit about that. So welcome, Jasmine.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's wonderful to connect with strong women during this time. So I wanted to say that first.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So so a little bit about me and my business. So my background, actually, previous to getting into digital marketing, was with IBM. So I have a double MBA. I worked in corporate. I was a sales director for a few years before I saw an opportunity, honestly, extremely early in the world of digital. In grad school, I put myself through by working for a web design company when it was just like singular web pages. So
what does
my
that
point
mean? That's
yeah,
great.
I don't know. I've been in it so long. So I've been in digital, well over 15 years. And when I started my own business, I actually started and sold a social network very early on. And because of all that I learned there and all that I did there, I then started to consult for other agencies that didn't have digital as part of their capabilities. They were standard branding companies, web development companies, even just like straight up ad agencies. So I started to consult for them. And at one point, I was representing one agency and kind of going the route of being their speaker across the country around digital marketing. And I had all of these small business owners coming up to me saying, hey, you know what, can you consult for me? And I was like, a light bulb went off. I was like, you know what, I need to start my own business. So I started a digital agency, I think it was towards the end of 2006, with the intention of providing an agency level of professional services to entrepreneurs and small business owners. And so that started the company agency, which has now evolved over time into really JS Media and Warrior Women in Business. Because what I've seen is this, which I'm really happy about, and how we connected, is this momentum towards more women starting their own businesses. So, under my umbrella now, I still do consult for female business owners, and help them develop and fund their businesses. But I also have a whole platform of education and training for female entrepreneurs where they have access to information as well as mentors. So yeah, that's me.
That we see right now is that opportunity where people are, the word keeps getting used over and over, pivoting. And what does that mean? And in some cases, it's people who are trying to use this time to maybe start their own business, something maybe they feel like they have a little bit more control over. Why not, right? So I thought, what a great opportunity to bring somebody like you on who has all this experience, and we can kind of talk about what that means to even start a new business, all the things you need to know. I think there's so many things to talk about, whether it's funding the business, building the brand for the business, building your brand, and how do you get your first audience? So what would you even say in terms of first steps when you're thinking about something like this?
Yeah, the key word there is think. So I'm a strategist and a speaker and an advisor. That's where I shine, and that's where I'm the happiest, because you can't really start a business without a strategy and a plan, validation, introspection, a market demand, like you just mentioned, defining a target audience that is actually willing to buy your service, and understanding what you can sell your service or product for in terms of price. So the first place that I start with my clients, and my first advice, is to research the validation of the business idea. That's actually numero uno. Any business, even with Warrior Women in Business right now, I'm expanding this business, and I have to do continued validation on market demand. So if you're thinking about starting a business, most people start businesses because of a couple of things. One is they think they have a brilliant idea. Two, they're sick and tired of working for someone else. And then 3, they have a talent. And sometimes it's all 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, if you're coming from any of those reasons, you have to validate those things. So if you're just sick of working for someone else, which is honestly most of my consulting clients, you have to, that can't be the main reason for thinking you're going to be successful. You have to think about, okay, what is it that I'm going to develop? And does it have legs, and does it resonate with me and who I am? Because, you know, I do personal branding. I do a lot of personal branding for women. And that's my keynotes are on personal branding and social media. And so when you start a business, it's you know what I mean? So you are the brand, which means you are the salesperson, which means you're driving the revenue. And a business can't do anything without revenue. So, you know, you have to, there's a important point of committing to the business and committing to being a salesperson, so to speak. So that's really important. So if you haven't done sales, like I come from a sales, B2B solution sales background, so it's easy for me because I get it. But if you haven't come from a sales background, it's in your best interest to understand all the intricacies of selling, which is not easy. And so you have to understand that, especially if you're, let's say, if you're in service, that you need to understand how to develop relationships. You have to understand that you need to ask for the money, which is very difficult for a lot of people that haven't run a business. So, you know, getting into the mindset, understanding the market demand, having a clear vision, those are 3 items that I would certainly impress upon you to say that they're critical when you're starting a business.
You have a lot of great information, so.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could deep dive into any of those elements, but you're right. It's about having the basics, you know, and that takes time. And this is the perfect time.
Exactly.
That's what I keep saying on my podcast. Like, this is the perfect time for you to not just think about, honestly, not just think about doing a business, but since everyone else is doing it, if you're going to do it, you actually have to pull the trigger. So Warrior Women in Business has become a big part of what I do. So JS Media is shifting more into all Warrior Women in Business. And one thing that I really do want to announce is we are launching a very significant online platform this year, which has been previously architected, but we couldn't press go on it because of what happened with the economy. So the online platform is intended to help female business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants by giving them a platform to spotlight their businesses and have a matching system where they will get matched with mentors, access to funding, and other business opportunities.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, so what we're doing is actually we're doing a kind of a seed round for it right now through GoFundMe. I can share that link. Yeah, so that we're able to do it, and anybody that contributes to that will their membership will be negated, so they won't need to pay a membership fee once it launches. So it's kind of cool. So we're doing that, and yeah, so you can find me online any time of day. So I have JasmineSandler.com is been my website forever for my keynote speaking and consulting work. I do consults now mainly on Zoom for female entrepreneurs that are primarily stuck. They just need fast help. So they'll come to me and say, like, for example, I did a consult just yesterday with a woman who, you know, had been spending all this money in Facebook advertising and she's not getting any clients. And I figured it out that actually her price point was too low and her marketing was wrong. And so I'm doing this $99 30-minute consult, which is well below my market rate, just to move people forward who aren't ready for like full branding and marketing and retainer work that I normally do. So I'm doing that, and I'm really focused on Warrior Women in Business. So I would say check us out, you know, on all our channels.
Awesome. Thank you again, Jasmine.
Oh, you're welcome. No, this has been wonderful.